that's tough. So I've got two. The first is dressing, of course, and the second is sweet potato souffle. My wife makes this fantastic sweet potato souffle with, we do pecans and not marshmallows on top, and so it tastes a lot like pecan pie, and it's just amazing. So I can't pick between those two.
Goodness, that's a great question because I like everything. Really have to go with the sweet potato casserole, my mom, that she makes. And the other thing too is sourdough rolls. It's just that tops everything off, the sweetness about it. So you can see I like sweets. And then I like desserts too, but I have to go with the sweet potatoes in this case.
Well, one of my favorites, Jimmy Buffett. Well, his sister Lucy Buffett has this amazing recipe for oyster dressing, so I always like that.
Oh, that's such a tough question, but I love pumpkin pie. And I think what I love the most about it is we make the homemade whipping cream and we put the bowl in the freezer and get it super cold. So really, I think I probably like the pumpkin pie, but the whipping cream on top makes it extra special. So for sure, that's my favorite.
My favorite Thanksgiving food is stuffing. Because in my family that has a long history. The stuffing that I grew up eating was made by my grandmother, and before that, maybe her mother and grandmother as well. It's come down through many family generations. It's got a lot of cornbread in it, and it always reminds me of home, and it always is something that is specific to home. So that's the thing I look forward to the most. It's all good, but I particularly love that dressing.
I've always enjoyed breaking the wishbone. It's always been fun, I think.
Most recently, my favorite tradition is waking up and going and running the turkey trot. So I don't know how that's become a favorite, but I just think we've got these really fun hats that have turkeys and everybody's just super excited and we get all wrapped up and drive together and just walking and listening to the national anthem, and it's the best way to start the day. And then you do not feel guilty at all when you start, eating all the pumpkin pie and turkey and everything else because you're like, I've got this, I've already ran a 5K.
I think it's just that day of the year that you can get together as a family and just spend all day with each other. We like to watch football. My daughters do. They'll sit down with me and we watch some games in between meals, and so that's a lot of fun. Now I have grandkids, so playing with them, of course, but just a tradition of family, I think, on that day, and thanking God for everything He's done for us in that given year. So it's a special day. I love Thanksgiving.
When our family gets together, it's usually a big gathering in Knoxville. My mother and two siblings all live there, and we tend to have big families. So we have usually between 50 and 60 people. And one of the best parts of that big, giant family gathering is that we sing together. And I love this. After dinner, we gather around and we talk for a bit. We talk about things that we're thankful for, and then we'll sing those great Thanksgiving hymns, Come Ye Thankful People Come, and we gather together. And those just are such a wonderful moment. We have a lot of good singers in my family. I'm not one of them, but it creates just a wonderful warmth and atmosphere, and I love that about our family tradition.
It's decorating for Christmas. So when my brother and I were growing up in Georgia, we would always decorate. We would have a big Thanksgiving lunch. We would eat a late lunch. After Thanksgiving, we'd take a nap, kind of rest a little bit, and then we would start decorating the house for Christmas when I was growing up. And my wife and I would do the same thing with our two kids. And so we plop them down, they'll watch the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, just like she and I did when we were growing up. My wife's in the kitchen, I'm checking on the turkey, and they'll watch the parade. We'll eat a late lunch, and then later that afternoon, we'll decorate the house for Christmas.
I am most thankful for my son already having decided where he's committed to go to college. This has been a big year. He's a senior in high school, so I'm obviously thankful for family and just for everything in my life, but I think this year that's a big decision for a senior to make, and a lot of kids wait until March to find out where they're going to attend school, but because he is on a sports team and was recruited, we got lucky and he was making some very big decisions very early on. So should I tell you where he's going? He's going to the Naval Academy. Exciting! So that I'm very thankful for.
I'm most thankful for my amazing wife and my wonderful friends and family.
Got to go family as always, wife and kids. I've got a son and a daughter, both are in elementary school, and so the holidays are a fun time right now with the ages that they are.
I could be thankful for a lot of things. Grandkids, as I've mentioned. I think too, being here in Bristol and this beautiful city we live in and having the opportunity I have to work with an incredible staff, not only in our department but throughout the city. It's just been such a pleasure and a blessing for me and my family. So I think this year I'll go with that one. And having that ability to really work with partners outside the city and get to know people in our community has been a big blessing. But I also go back to God's blessed me in so many ways, and He brought me here. So I think that's the thing.
I'm most thankful this year for Bristol, I think. I love living in this community. It's been greatly supportive of me and my family. I think that the work that I get to do, not only here on campus, but in the Bristol community, is rewarding and life-giving, and I've loved getting to do that work among such fine people and in such a beautiful place. I've now lived here 20 years, and I still love being here in Bristol, and so I'm really grateful to the community for its welcome of me and its support of what I get to do.